good, everybody? This is Phil, and welcome to another episode of No Gimmicks Needed. And this is a double feature today. You already saw my boy Terrell Rocket, and now we have with us a very, very special lady with us. Let me make sure I have all her credentials down because she'll kick my ass if I don't have shit right here. You know you would kick my ass, and I'll let you proudly kick my ass. She's a former GRPW Lady Luck champion, AWE Hardcore champion, BOTW Women's champion, one of the, if not the longest reigning ASW Women's champion at 679 days. Jesus fucking Christ. On a Roman Reigns run. Jesus Christ. Of course, I'm talking about...
And I didn't lose. I had to relinquish to injury, so never lost that championship. I'm on my Seth Rollins-ish right now.
You see, we'll talk about that. Of course, I am talking about the one and only, the fallen flower, Kikyo. So we got to get the name right because I asked her before we started recording, and she's like, kick your ass. So I don't want no smoke with you. How are you doing today, Miss Lady? How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Funny, right on the back it says, and I'm gonna kick your ass. So, pro wrestling team, fallen Kikyo. You want to check that out. But yeah, just got off work, about to head to training and have some fun. So,
I'm a pro wrestling tees fiend, so I would definitely be getting that shirt just to show some love and show some support. Tell us though, what has been going on with you? Let's start with a little update. How's everything going for you? What have you been up to, and what's been going on in your world?
I have an extremely busy August coming up. I think I'm booked literally minimum twice every single weekend of August, sometimes 3 times, which is insane since I literally, as of like a couple of months ago, just came back from breaking my leg by stepping in a pothole, because prior to that, like literally a month prior to that, I had just come back from my third, count them, 3, knee, another ACL reconstruction. So yeah, I tore my knee, came back, had 4 bangers, and then stepped in a pothole and broke my leg and was out for another like 7 months. Because I'm special.
You just oh my goodness, you out here. First of all, I know what it feels like to tear my ACL. I've done it twice. ACL reconstruction is no joke to come back from, but you have had a journey starting back in 2009. Let's start from the beginning there for you. 2009 was the break-in year for you. What made you get into pro wrestling and all that fun stuff? Tell your story.
Been a fan since literally like I could watch and understand what I'm looking at. My parents will tell you that I was jumping off of couches, throwing up the Superfly and that kind of thing, wrestling with my brothers and my dad and my cousins. Like I was a weird tomboy growing up who, you know, did a bunch of sports and loved wrestling. And because I'm a girl, that's super weird in the 90s. And then wrestled in high school because I'm like, well, Kurt Angle won the Olympics in 1996. With a broken freaking neck, and if he can do it, and he obviously, it translates to wrestling because it's wrestling, why wouldn't it help me? Which it absolutely ends up helping. So if like there's anybody out there who is not old enough to start training in a professional wrestling ring yet, like go do Greco-Roman, go do freestyle, because that helps you more than anything, in my opinion, along with being in a drama class. But yeah, like I turned 19. I took like a gap year basically out of high school, and I was like, you know what? I've always told people forever, like I'm not one of those like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a princess, or I want to be a veterinarian or a doctor or whatever. Like, no, I wanted to be a wrestler. I wanted to be a singer, and I wanted to be a wrestler. And so, yeah, 19, Googled pro wrestling schools near me and found one in Fresno, and the rest is history.
So for you growing up in Sacramento, obviously not really a huge hotbed for wrestling. California in itself is at some point in time. What was it like when you walked into your wrestling school? What was the first thing you learned when you walked up in there?
So funny enough, California actually, like within the last 10-ish years, has really become a huge hotbed for wrestling. And for the most part, it was really Southern California. That was like the major hotbed, because Los Angeles and whatnot. But like, there, you can't spit in the wind without hitting like 3 to 4 different wrestling companies. But like, for me, being 2009, like you definitely, being a girl is not easy in this business whatsoever, and it definitely wasn't easy when I came in. It's like leaps bounds better than it was before. But you know, as a female in 2009, it was very much still a man's world, and I got treated worse, because if I'm going to be here, I need to be able to take it and get it dished out and then dish it back twice as hard, because they're not going to take it easy on me. So I need to make sure that I can, one, protect myself, and two, show them that I am worth it, and that that I'm supposed to be here. So the things that I went through coming up are, hazing is not a word for it. Bullying would probably be a closer term. But like, that's just how this business is. It's part of the carnival. It's one of the very last like things from the carnival to exist in its true form. So there's a lot of things that happened that it sucks, but it created tough skin. It allowed me to help people coming into the business that I've, helped train or whatever, show them like, hey, this is why we do this, because it used to be like this.
Right.
So like, breaking those generational traumas, if you will, but also like, there's a rhyme and reason for why they do certain things. So like, you still have to respect the tradition of it, but you can, maybe not be a complete and utter piece of shit while you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, we look at women's wrestling as it's evolved. Obviously, the big boom period, in WWE and different places like that. But then you have to look back and see the where it all started. Obviously, the bullshit with Moolah and all the women that were part of that. And I had my first guest ever was Mickey Knuckles, and I've heard her story and the shit she went through in the business. It was
I've
sad.
gotten to work with Mickey once. Yeah, Mickey has gone through some shit doesn't even begin to describe the shit that Mickey has gone through. I love her. She's like my sister. Like, shout out to freaking Mickey fucking Knuckles, man. Like,
And she doesn't get the credit that she deserves. Like, incredible. As a matter of fact, before we hopped on, I saw she had posted on Instagram, and the shit people be saying to her in her comment section. And it's just, I don't know how you ladies deal with the misogyny and the little dick energy that dudes be giving y'all. It's like, how do you, as a female wrestler, you deal with the misogyny in this business from the fans and maybe even backstage sometimes? Because it happens, especially at that time, '09.
It's one of those things that if you had a shitty trainer, like, you kind of went into it knowing that you're a female going into a man's sport, whether, or a man's world, period. You are an outsider.
Right.
Like, no matter which way you look at it, you are an outsider. So you have to go into it with that mindset of knowing that you are going to be treated differently. And it sucks that society as a whole, that I have to go in knowing that I'm going to be harassed, touched, said, like, there's going to be something said, there's going to be something done, there's things that I have to expect because people suck. And that shouldn't be a thing. I envy the girls who walk in nowadays with like this pureness to them, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if you're cut out for this, but like, the business has changed. Like, a lot of the times you just laugh at it. Like, Jordan Grace went the best route possible. And I remember sending in a couple of screenshots for this, because she's like, all right, I'm going to make a book out of, it's called DMs of a professional indie, or like a women's professional wrestler, something along those lines. It was on Amazon for a while. But it's literally just screenshots of like crazy stuff that fans have sent us. Like, we've gotten pictures, like, people just like ripping us a new one, videos, like people praising. it is wild. Like just the comments. So like Facebook dating has a thing where you can like respond to the photo. Doesn't matter. You don't have to pay for it or anything. Like how on Tinder you have to pay to like respond to a photo. Like all of a sudden my friends and my partner are like, hey babe, look what they like. Look at this person and what they had the gall. Like the amount of confidence someone has behind a keyboard is wild. And the amount of confidence some like a fan has just being at a show thinking that just because they paid money for a ticket to see you that they can say absolutely anything that they want. Like, no, you're still in public. You're still being held liable for being a piece of shit. So
Right.
saying something hateful is not fly. So, and if you make somebody uncomfortable enough, like we will have you removed because there is a line that you have crossed. Period.
And
Like
it's crazy. It's
deuces.
crazy. It's crazy because like I have yet to get to an indie show. I've been wanting to do it this year, and I know some of the indie fans like their fans go crazy. And you being a woman, a little not average. You're more respectfully. I say this. You thicker. Do you have to deal with those issues as well, or because me, I'm president of the Big Girl Fan Club. Big Girls Rock all day, 24/7, all life, 365. But how does that fuck with your self esteem at all, or does that be like, hey, I'm proud of who I am. I'm out here. I'm gonna rock this thing.
It's taken a very long time for me to be comfortable with my body, especially after 3 knee surgeries, damn near back to back. So I've definitely put on injury weight since the first time I tore my knee in 2018. Like I was sitting at about 220 pounds, and I was about a size, 14 or so, and now I'm sitting at 270, and I'm a size like 20, and it's rough because you have that personal mental issue. And then if you have, like I did, a partner who wasn't appreciative of me in the first place and put me down, and, then I found out other things of like reasonings of why certain other things happen. I'm like, oh, cool, bet, but, thankfully I now have a partner who hypes me up like crazy, and it's helped a lot. But like with the wrestling portion of it, it's so weird because like when it's somebody you don't know saying like, oh, screw you, you're fat, you're da-da-da, you suck, da-da-da, like you don't give a shit. But like when it's a personal thing, you're like, let me just kind of, oh, I don't want to, that kind of thing. It's because like I remember my very first match, for some reason this still sticks out to me, is I heard a fan shout out and call me Roseanne. And for some reason that hurt my heart so bad. Like I went in the back after that match and cried because it just like broke me. And I had been called damn near every name in the book just from my own siblings. So I was like, I thought I was cool until somebody said that. I'm like, ooh, okay, bet. But as you start to grow along with your character, especially as a heel or a bad guy, like you have to be quick-witted. If you're gonna be a bad guy, you have to be able to have that back and forth banter. Like I had one dude body slam the girl on the outside, and I threw her in the ring. And like as I'm getting in the ring, I'm like, I get through the second rope, and he goes, "You suck, bitch." I'm like, that's not what your mom said when I was going down on her last night. Got right back in the ring.
That's
I
it.
had no control. I literally just like blah blah blah. I'm like, bet.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah,
See, that's the
you
thing.
just
And
have to
lady,
like
you
go
gotta be
with
quick
it.
witted. You gotta, especially as a heel, and I always, me personally, I always look at life as a longtime wrestling fan and as a football coach. I always feel like wrestling plays such a big part in life. You either want to be a good guy, babyface, or you want to be a heel. I personally, as a football coach, I go for the heel route a little bit. I love being able to stir shit, talk shit, all that. But there's one thing I've learned in this world, ladies and gentlemen that are watching this. You do not call a thicker woman 3 names: Respucia, Mimi from the Drew Carey Show, and Roseanne. Those are just the 3 names you just don't throw out. That I've
Can I add one in there, please? I'm gonna
Yes.
need to add one in there because people think it's a compliment and it's not. Do not call me Gina.
Oh Lord.
If I hear another person say, "Damn, Gina," I'm gonna slap the shit out you. You can look at my ass and not be disrespectful. It's the fact that I like. So as we can see, I am not of my Asianness did not give me the melanin that it gave my brother. So like, and I did not grow up watching these things. I found Martin way later on. But I found Martin because somebody walked past me and said, "Damn, Gina,"
Damn,
and I'm
Gina.
like, okay, and like the fuck's that supposed to? They're like,
But
oh,
that
it's
but
from the
that's the
show. I'm like,
thing.
oh, okay, and so now,
But that's the thing. People have taken certain things from the '90s or certain, like damn Gina is supposed to be a compliment. Like you looking good, but this has nothing to do with booty, and that's what makes it sick. But I feel sorry for that. It's just
but
and
it's the
idiots like
intention behind of why people are doing it.
they
It's the
feel brave.
intention.
They feel brave that they can say the shit. I'm telling you all the time. On the side, if you think you big and bad and you know what to do on the sideline, come down here and call the plays. Do what you think you can do. Do what you think we do. You know what I'm saying? It's and I guarantee you, none of them will step across that barricade and try to do what you do or what I do in my business. So you good. You everybody gonna fuck with you. So
You know
for
what's
your
funny is
first,
they're more afraid to get down onto the field than they are in the ring. Like they are more apt to get inside of those ropes and think that they can do what we do. Like everybody knows how like football works and everything. Like they see it, they know it hits hard. But for some reason, when it comes to professional wrestling, and everybody's thinking it's fake, everybody thinks that they could just get in here and be fine. And then they get a single leg takedown, they knock their head out their ass, and they're like, oh, what do you mean? Why did they beat the shit out of me? Because you're not supposed to be here. Like, we learned how to protect ourselves. Like, I just did a written interview earlier today, and they're like, what's one thing you want people to know about pro wrestling? Like, it ain't fake. There's nothing fake about me falling down. There's nothing fake. Like, hang on, let me get real close right here. We see that?
God
That's
damn.
from this past Saturday at a show. I got hit in the mouth. Like, check my Instagram feed, my TikTok or whatever. Like, you'll see little clips of it that I've been posting in the last couple of days. But it's not fake. We get hit. We fall down. Those ropes are made out of sometimes metal, sometimes regular rope, sometimes nylon rope. The ring itself is made out of metal and wood with sometimes some carpet padding, or it might be something a bit softer than what you see in your high school wrestling pads.
Mm-hmm.
The pads on the outside, they're not like, there's still hard floor underneath of that. And people say, oh, well, it's bouncy, it's a trampoline. Like, no, it bounces because you have weight and science pushing it down. The harder we hit the mat, the more it's going to bounce. But if it's bouncing if we're falling down as it's coming up, it ain't going shit nowhere, and that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we fall down, it's a 25-mile-per-hour car crash.
It's like,
That's my
Mickey.
chronic whiplash. Knee surgeries. And my broken finger, like, fake my ass.
It's like Mickey says, like Mickey said on her episode, she said, I said, when are you going to call it quits? She said, everybody's got a bump card. You just never know when it's going to give out, and for you,
Yep.
your bump card started pretty early. June 13th, 2009, a 2-on-1 handicap. Take us through that. What was going through your mind before you walked through that curtain?
Nothing, because that's I don't know where you found that, but June 13th, I was still training. My first match wasn't until September 11th of 2009.
See, this is what they have right here. I'm going off of Cage Match.
You sure it's 2013? Or Cage Match, I think, has European dates.
Okay, so let's look
So
at the actual first. You said 2013, right? Was your first match?
My very first match was 2009. And then I had a couple of matches in 2010, nothing in 2011, and then came back in 2012.
See, the first match they have on record, and I'm going to edit this part out, so we'll clear this up. The first match they have, it says 13/6/2009, a 2-on-1 handicap between Red Rhino. Red Rhino defeats Mandy Rose and Nikki.
Oh no, they have that listed as my first match. I guess
Yeah,
that
now,
is.
yep. Now I'm not editing this out. You made me think I was fucking stupid. Nope. I was right.
No, because I like didn't even that match was so not even like I didn't even comprehend that being my very first match. So me and Nixie, um, we did this. It was like one of those things where like people are like, "Hey, yeah, we're doing a show," and it's in the middle of fucking nowhere in the mountains, and
Lakeshore,
they
California.
had me and her. Yeah, we were. No, I'm so dead ass when I say we were in the mountains. It was at some like biker rally or something like that, and we did. I think there might be like a clip of the match somewhere from that whole thing, but like, yeah, we did a 2-on-1 handicap against Red Rhino. Yeah, no, I think I deleted that out of my memory because it was such a traumatizing experience. Like it was raining, I was wearing white. Like it was not the business. We were in like the ring was soaked and it was a vinyl canvas. Like there was a puddle in the middle of the ring. Yeah. So I tend to use her 1-on-1 with me as my very first match, which was 9/11, and then I think I didn't even have another match until like 2 or 3 months later. I don't know.
So,
This is 17
as,
years ago, man. You're like CTE, dipped out on my head. Like,
as you all can see, CoachPhil wasn't wrong. She just tried to delete that from her memory. But since she wants to delete that from her memory, we're gonna act like that didn't happen. We'll talk about your actual first match. What was your first match? Nikki, it says Nikki, yeah, right here. Matter of
my
fact.
first match was
Yep.
Nixie. Yeah, yeah. Her name
Nixie,
was
yeah.
Nixie. It was for our home promotion, North American Wrestling, and I think it might be online somewhere.
I'll
But
find it.
like, it was bad. Like it's definitely like a very first match type of thing. And yeah, it's very, very green. I'm like 19 years old. I think maybe I just turned 20 a couple of months prior. Yeah, I just turned 20 like that July. So yeah, I was baby Kikyo, and I was the original Mandy Rose. Thank you very much. Just so you know.
I
Uh,
mean, hey, 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 hey. I ain't here for none of the squabbling, but Mandy Rose, it, I'm gonna shut up. Shut up, Philip. Don't say nothing. Just I have my opinions about Mandy Rose, but we'll leave it at that. Uh,
Great. If she's about to have a baby, she is happy with her man. Like power to her for getting out there, making her own money, and not having a fucking boss. So
hey, do what you got to do.
she's
Hey,
good.
I'm all for it. I'm all for making your own paper. But for you, you've been over at a lot of promotions. You've been. What is your favorite place you've been, and where is the place that you was like, why did I do this?
Favorite is a toss up between Stardom and Shimmer, just because of how many like just absolute legends I was around, and being around somebody above your pay grade shows you what you need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like the Stardom locker room, it's so I tore my knee the first time an hour before my debut in Japan, which is like I was told I was never going to even make it there by people, and so to be able to finally like go there and get chosen for this tour and stuff, like it broke my heart to end up injured before I could even actually like physically debut in front of people. But like the whole locker room was so like helpful. They like my opponent held like sat there with me in the middle of the ring like and held me while I was crying. All of the girls like helped me to the back and stuff like that. Like it was just very nice to see the camaraderie from them. With Shimmer, like Shimmer is where I made so many lifelong friendships, and Shimmer helped me along with Rise. Like if it wasn't for Rise, I would have never been able to make it to Shimmer. And I miss Rise with all my heart. I wish that could have continued. They're the reason why I got to go to Japan. They're the reason why, one of my mentors is Sweet Soraya Knight. They're the reason why Bull Nakano chose me and two other girls to create the new Gokumanto stable with her. Like, if it wasn't for like SPW, Supreme Pro Wrestling in Sacramento, and the people that I met through them with like Brittany Wonder and stuff, like, if it wasn't for her and for letting me crash on her couch and be like, hey, I'm going to spend the last of my money to make it out to Chicago with this flight to do this seminar, like, I wouldn't have had any of that. Like, I tell the people that train under me and people that ask my advice, like, how do you do all these things? Like, you have to use the connections. You have to, talk to people. You don't have to be like besties with anybody, but like, if you're cool with people enough to be like, hey, bro, I'm in town. Can I crash on your couch? Sure, not a problem. Like, I can go fly to England and be like, hey, mom, I'm in England and I need a place to crash. And she'd be like, get your ass over here. Let's go. If I go to Japan, I, can hit a few people out here that would be able to help me find somebody out there. But now I also have a student who just moved back to Japan that I can now crash with if I ever go out there. Like, if Virgil Flynn taught me anything before he passed away, it was to make those connections. Like, the amount of times that we sat there for hours after a show, exhausted, saying, Virgil, let's go. We got to go home. It's 3 a.m. Like, yeah, 5 more minutes. Like, no, brother, let's fucking go. But, like, I'd give anything to be yelling at him to, leave somewhere because he's busy trying to talk and make that connection with somebody.
You mentioned Virgil, the man, the myth, the legend. Tell us about Virgil Flynn. What was he like? And
I can do it without crying. Virgil,
I saw it on your IG.
Hard, yeah. You would be hard pressed to find somebody to say something bad about that man. He was all of 5'6" on a good day, maybe, and like 185 pounds, maybe at his heaviest. His hops were insane. He could do a Frankensteiner and jump from the ground while you're standing on the second rope and still hook you. Like, he defied gravity. His he was doing stuff before people even did any of these things. He got to do Global Force, and he got to wrestle with Kushida and find that online. And there was also a 4-way between Kushida, Virgil, PJ Black, and PJ Perkins, which is also a phenomenal match. Like, if you haven't heard or seen of Virgil Flynn III, like, go out and look for his matches, because that man is one to study for sure.
Yes. Was that a brother, more of a brother to you, and somebody that obviously I can see how really emotional you get talking about him? God, I finally need to take this down. What was the greatest advice he ever gave you?
There's so many little things, because like when you think of Virgil, there's 2 things that always come to mind. Is he would always say, well, it's a double-edged sword, or, well, yes and no. Like, well, damn it, Virgil, like, give me a straight answer. But he would always look at everything from both sides, because there is, an answer for both. It's like, well, yes and no, because yes, this, but also no, because. I'm like, well, it's a double-edged sword because of this, but also on the other hand, you have this. Like, all right, well, yeah, you're right, but like, when I had to change my gimmick in 2014, I think 13 or 14, like, he was the only trainer that answered the phone when I called with the situation, and he tried, like, he really took me under his wing. He's definitely a mentor and like a really close friend. And it hits really hard because he passed away young. He was only 33. But I had also, like, I had just torn my knee in Japan, and like 4 or 5 days later, I wake up, I'm like, something's not right. Like, why do I feel gross right now? And I look at my phone, it's blown the fuck up. I call my friend, and I was like, hey, what's going on? He's like, he told me what happened. So now I'm not only in Japan, my best friend's gone, and I can't even get home right now. And I live in Washington. I was living in Washington by that time, so like I couldn't even go to the funeral. Nothing. Like, so I try my best every day to remember the stuff that he taught me. I try my best to help others with the stuff that he's told me about, and like connections, my big one, because he was constantly always trying. Like, that's why the whole, like, the entirety of wrestling was broken when he passed, because it was like Bray Wyatt. Everybody's like, oh my God, this man is like, this light is gone. What are we going to do? Like, he was the glue holding together so many things.
Wow.
So we all missed him very, very much.
Thank you for
last week, too, or a couple of weeks ago, actually. So.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. It really means a lot. I know it's hard. I mean, I lost my daughter recently, last year. She was 18. She wanted to get into the business. And I look at it and I'm like, man, when you have people like that tell you, hey, we call it networking, but that's even better word, making connections with people. So for y'all out there that want to learn, man, that's the first thing you really want to learn is don't be afraid to make connections, because that's tough. That's a tough thing for people to do, is make connections in this bit crazy ass business. So moving forward with you obviously mentioned earlier in the intro, you've won a lot. You've won 4 championships. Which one was the sweetest for you?
What was the what? I'm sorry.
Which championship that you've won in your career has meant the most to you? I know everybody tries to say the first one's always the sweetest one, but that run you had 679 days. And let me preface it again. She did not lose it, ladies and gentlemen. She had to relinquish it. Which one of them means the most?
It's a toss-up between the ASW Championship and the Gold Rush Championship, because with the Gold Rush Championship, like, the promoter sat me down and was like,
hey, this is what we want to do, and I want to make sure that you're here for the whole thing. And I was like, absolutely. I put in every date that he had for the next year and was like, we're doing this. And what he told me was, these people that held it before you put the name to it, but you're going to put the work behind it. Because, like, you always hear, like, the title, like, the title can make the person, or the person can make the title. And they made the title because they had that name on them already. But then when they got it to me, it was like, okay, we're looking at this, but oh my God, she's putting in all of this work. I went through this, like, reign of terror where I wasn't pinned, I wasn't submitted, nothing. And then with ASW, it kind of went in a similar direction. And I am extremely grateful for that whole company, because they make me feel at home, even in a whole other country, which is funny. My dad was actually born in Canada. So I go out there and I'm like, representing my father's hometown of Toronto, and they're like, fuck you, because we're in BC. The whole East Coast, West Coast get real violent. But, like, that's actually where I'm heading this weekend for my birthday, is back up to ASW. And very grateful that the promoter allowed me to wrestle on my birthday, even though the card was very full. Because I've never gotten to wrestle on my birthday, because I've either been hurt or it just has not happened on a show. Or they just haven't booked me. And I'm like, cool, damn it. So now I finally get to do it. I get to wrestle one of my students, Skylar Hope, and I'm super freaking stoked. Super excited.
That's good.
Probably going to go see Spider-Man either that night or that day, next day, something like that. But be a nice little road trip.
It's good. That's good. I'm happy for it. Happy for you. So as we wind down everything, the big question I want to ask you about your gimmick, because obviously the show's called No Gimmicks Needed, but you've had 4 different incarnations of yourself. Huh?
literally, I don't have a gimmick anymore. Like, my gimmick now is just like, oh, I'm a big bitch, period.
You know what? You said it, I didn't. I'll let you have that one. Where does that come from? Where did the name come from? And
Like,
also
I'm a bitch and I talk shit.
there we go. That's all I needed to hear. So we'll go to the final five rapid fire questions. They're fun questions. They're anything and everything for people to get to know you because this has been a fun interview and I love this. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right. Cats or dogs?
Cat.
Favorite kind of cat? Duh.
Ooh. An alive one?
What type of so you made me step out of character for a second there. Is there there's different breeds of cats? I guess I don't know. I'm a dog guy. I don't know. Y'all don't like cats, but okay.
Very much so. There are very many different breeds. I have two cats, and I have a black cat who I honestly don't know what type of black cat she is because she could just be a tabby and be black, but black cat, and I have a tortoiseshell, which is like those little she's got like the brindle coloring if you want to get dog about it.
Right. Just keep it away from me. We're good. Second question. Who was the toughest matchup you've ever had?
Nicole Matthews.
And why was that the toughest?
Or Saraya Knight. Those two. Yeah. Saraya Knight the second time and Nicole Matthews the second time. I got my ass beat.
You got your ass beat.
Yeah,
that was a shock.
Those definitely stick out.
All right.
Go back. Yeah, you can definitely find both of those matches online, and you probably won't be able to notice it in my match with Nicole, but you'll definitely see it with myself and Sweet Saraya Knight, a.k.a. Paige's mom.
Okay. All right, question number 3. And this is not to stir the pot or anything. I'm very curious. Outside of your unofficial first match that we talked about, what was the worst match you ever had? Just when you didn't have chemistry with them, nothing.
Luscious Lynn. I automatic. I like, this is literally the one that I show people all the damn time, and you can find it online too. I got so mad. You can literally hear, and this match ended up going on like cable television, which is also wild. It was like on like the local whatevers. But you can literally hear me get so upset. Like I went to go like push her to do like a short Irish whip to like whip her to the other side, and she just falls down, and I go, "Oh no, you're done!" And I like deadlifted her off of the ground. Oh God, yeah, that one. Go watch that. It's fun. Watch me get mad.
Why? Why was she? Why?
But she wasn't fully trained, and she forgot everything, and it just escalated.
Oh,
so
all right then.
I tried to finish it, and she moved out of my finish, so I gave her a different one, and then she started getting up, and then I kicked her. And then I kicked her, sir.
Badass. I give that to you. Badass. All right. Question number 4. What is your pre-match meal? What is your favorite pre-match meal?
So I have a really bad habit of not eating before shows and matches because I have a like deathly fear of shitting myself in the ring. But the problem is I'm usually later on in the shows because I've been wrestling for so long. So people like know who I am now. So it's really bad when you're not eating the entire day until after your match that's happened at like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. And now I have a migraine from not eating and fasting the whole day and then expending energy. And then I throw up because I have a migraine.
Wow.
So now I've tried to at least, like, it doesn't matter what it is for the most part. Like, as long as I eat something of sustenance, like, I'll go, like, get through a drive-thru and eat, like, a chicken sandwich or something like that. Like, just something to try and make sure that I have carbs in my body to expend when I wrestle.
Wow, let's pray and hope that that day never happens where you shit yourself.
Traveled with me in the last like 5 years know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm sure like 6 of them right now are like, yep, stupid bitch, don't fucking eat.
Oh wow. Okay. And last question for you. Looking back on your career so far and everything that you've been through, what would you tell your younger self before anything? What advice would you give your younger self?
Ignore what they say. You are fine the way you are, and to read the signs when you see them.
Read the signs
Like,
when you see them.
they were there. The signs were there. You just chose to ignore them.
It's a new one.
And
Right?
I really wish that, like, yeah, I wish that, like, some of the stuff that I went through would be like, because, like, you know, like, oh, you had to go through these things to, like, prepare yourself for X, Y, Z or whatever. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, you know, there's a few things you probably could have done without, you know? Like, you didn't have to do that to me. I didn't need all of that. But
Life's about experience. Life is about experience, and shit happens. You gotta learn from it, and as long as you acknowledge that, you're gonna be all right in this world. You know, especially in this crazy business that we love called wrestling. So, but hey, thank you so much for joining me right now. I know you had a busy day today. Just for just for us putting this together last minute means a lot. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you.
thank you for having me on. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I'm a cool millennial. I can do both. I can do all 3 now.
Oh my goodness.
That one.
Where can people?
Got that one. I got that one.
Just don't break it. Don't break it. Don't break it. So before we go, tell people where they can find you. Oh, see, now you break my heart now. See, after all the compliments and everything nice I done said, you gonna post some shit like that. All right, bet. I got you. Where can people find you, and where's the next few shows you're gonna be? I know you're gonna be in BC.
Yes, this weekend I will be at the Agri Fair for All-Star Wrestling up in Abbotsford. Next weekend I will be hanging out at SOS in Edison Square in Tacoma. The next day I will be up, I believe, at Peak Wrestling in Everett. And there should be, I think, a dojo show right after that as well on that following Sunday. You can always look at my cover photos on Facebook, and I usually do try to share where I'm at on Instagram. And you can find all of that at Fallen Kikyo. That's FALLENKIKYO.
There we go. I will be back in town. I'm in Canada right now, but I would love to be able to come see you wrestle and show some love. So I'm gonna send me the info. I would definitely stop by, show some love, and we're gonna be up in there acting a fucking fool.
Hell yeah.
Yes, man. So that's gonna be another episode of No Gimmicks Needed, where you get to sit with Ebony Kang, and you might never know who gonna pop up on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Till next time, y'all. Take care and stay the fuck out the streets.